Welcome to this Rask Education soundbite.
Please remember that this contains general financial advice only and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation, or needs.
Please read our financial services guide, that's an FSG, to learn more about the services we provide.
To take our free courses, visit the Rask Education website.
Here's the soundbite.
Yeah, and one of the things I really wanted to talk about in today's conversation, last time we talked a lot about the future of work and what that's going to look like, but I wanted to talk about improving your career in your current workplace, which is probably something we haven't been thinking about that much recently, as opposed to just getting a new job. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, how should we start thinking about career progression in our workplace, given that COVID's kind of that new normal? We can't just keep our lives on pause forever, and thinking about developing in our existing organisation?
Well, I think there are a couple of things with that, Kate, and it's a great question because there's a lot of social capital that we have when we're in a business, and we've been in a business for a couple of years or however long the case may be. You've built up a certain amount of social capital, of reputation capital. And so why look for a job somewhere else when in fact you could accelerate by staying in the same business? And I think that we need to be a lot more considered about the way we are going about that. So I think if it's one thing that we've seen in the last 18 months is that it's the knowledge workers who have a clear advantage in this new workforce. And you've got a whole segment of the population who don't just want a job, they want a great job. They want something that really means something to them and something that feels very rewarding. And so I think I've spoken to you before about not being a bystander in your career. This is certainly not the time. This is not the window to be a bystander in your career. This is not the time to be neutral on your progression, simply because I think you can make more progress in the next 2 years than you probably have in the previous 5 because of the opportunities coming up. I think that we are going to see, we're seeing constant restructures. I mean, when was the last time you spoke to someone in a bank and they said, guess what? There's no restructure going on. I mean, there's just always, this is constant. We'll be in a state of constant restructure. What that means for you is that if you decide on really what you want to do, who you want to serve, what you want to contribute, you can go after it in a really considered and measured way with the right sponsors and with the right mentors and advisors around you. So I think that constant restructure means revealing a constant state of opportunity for all of us. So I think what we need to be focusing on is making sure that we're delivering consistently, making sure that we're creating value, and going back to the basics around building credible reputation capital. And that is as simple as asking everyone who's listening, what would you feel, how would you feel if the CEO of your business was to look at your LinkedIn profile, in 30 minutes? How would that make you feel? Is it up to scratch? Is it sending the right signal about who you are and what you want to do? How aligned is your online presence with how someone experiences you offline? And what changes do you have to make to bring it up to keep it really current? Have you had a photo taken in the last 12 months? All of these.
Can't imagine many people have had a.
No, I can't either. But do you know what? Now is the time to make the effort. Now, I say this saying, yes, we need to be rested over Christmas, but there will be a lot of people who will not be showing the discretionary effort that is read loud and clear by leaders. If you are demonstrating and you're giving that extra effort, that discretionary effort, people really notice. I have very senior colleagues in HR positions that talk to me all the time about this. They know when someone's simply not making the effort, they won't be promoted. So I think when we're considering accelerating our career in our current workplace, know that all the networking that you need to do is probably already done. You already have the networks. You've got, the most powerful ties that you have are hidden in your LinkedIn profile. So make the most of that. Be really considered about what you want to do. And I think it's time to really think about what you want to contribute to a business. And then once you know that for sure, then go after it in a, see it as a campaign. I see that all of us are on a career campaign in one respect or another, but take it seriously. go for it, because I think we'll see more opportunity coming our way in the next couple of years than we have in some time.
Thanks for listening to this Rask Education soundbite.
To achieve mastery of your personal finances and kickstart your investing, take our free courses on the Rask Education website.
Or tune into the Australian Finance Podcast for full educational episodes.
We're on every major podcast feed, including Apple, Spotify, Google, Castbox, and more.